Hello YouTubers, and today we're going to do Warhammer. In particular, how to pick your color scheme. So, I've been looking a lot at getting myself some Tyranids, mainly because my partner has Tyranids, and I love his color scheme. Problem is, I already have painted a lot of my characters in that color scheme, so I want to come up with my own. So how we're going to do that is that we're going to take a photo of the little Tyranid we have, and then we're gonna put it into an art program and paint over it. So let's start. So, as you can see, I've already started it a bit by capturing all of the sort of inspiration I would like to have into it. Gotta start a new layer. So this is what we're working with, and this is what I did without having any sort of references, and it doesn't look as good as it could do. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna throw in a bit of transparency on this layer so I still can see all the separate parts of the figure, and then I'm gonna put in the colors that I would like to sort of replicate tab in it. This is how I worked with my Slanesh models compared to when I did my first army, which were Dark Eldar Drukhari. I just drew on a paper what I want them to be like. Problem with paper is that you can't, unless you're using paints, you can't get all of that depth in color. So I can do here. I'm gonna end up making all the paint that I'm drawing right now a bit transparent as well afterwards. This is just to get a good feel for it, because I think I want to go for a more bony-esque feel instead of like skin, I guess. Like, I think I want to make them sort of undead boys. Undead sunset boys. Yeah, undead sunset boys. Bugs. Sounds kinda neat. But yeah, I love playing around with different color schemes. I've repainted my cultists 4 times, my Eldar 3 times, but my Slanesh and my Dark Eldar never repainted them because of this technique of just playing around with different colors on computer or on paper. Dark Eldar, I never needed to rethink it. I drew it once on paper, and then I was just like, yes, that is it. I want that. Slanesh, I don't know, I just wanted something that looks really good. So it took me a couple of tries. Not a lot, but it was mainly just flipping around gold and white where I wanted details, more than changing all of it. So we turn this one up again and can sort of see a bit more what I'm going for. It's still a hard thing to do, and I'm not by any means good at it. But I try. I try to keep it as many layers as possible, because then I can come back and change my mind about things. I don't want his teeth to be pure white, because that would look odd afterwards. I wonder if we'll make the whole like shell kinda going for that sunset vibe. The other thing I want to do with my Tyranids, if I end up collecting them, so far I'm just borrowing my fiance's models, is that I want to make them sort of like chameleons, that for every new environment it will change color into fitting it in. I want that, but as well I want them to have a base color, So I want to draw some of them like half going into a new colour and half of them just half of the colour still being in what they would usually be in. That makes sense? Because I think that could end up looking really lush. An important thing for me when I'm doing this is to not put any shade in. Just drawing techniques and stuff is the important thing. Because if I put shade in, it's gonna distract me from understanding what I want of it. I think I want feathering. Or maybe I don't want feathering. Maybe I just want it to go from one color into the next. Maybe I want it to go from the front instead of the back. Yeah. So this is not supposed to be a light source, it's supposed to be a switch of colors. I like it. No clue how I'm going to manage to make this onto an actual figure, but I'm gonna give it my best try, and I'm going to show you as well in the same video, of course. So you can just hold in, hold out. But yeah, I think it's important to like know what you want with your character. Like probably hear it all the time, like almost the backstory for them, like know what they are, to know how to color them. It really does help a lot. At least for me, and I do not have any authority on the subject. I've been doing this for 2 years now. 2 years of fuffing about. This might end up with me just feathering this into the character, but this is just to use as a reference later on when I actually do paint them. So I know what to do with everything. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Can you see that kind of violet going on in the background of just in the sky here? Just here. Yeah, I think purple might contrast enough. So that's in all of the cracks, kind of going with the purple. I almost think like purple is not a good choice. Going with dark red, I think is gonna put it back together to be the theme of everything. Yeah, I think that's actually gonna save it. Okay, just have the same colors. The shell and everything. Such fool. Could we just done this? Yeah, it's actually looking quite nice. What should I do about claws? Like, should the claws also just be this red? Or should the claws be the like brightest thing? Could be an interesting thing. What if I make the skin that I want to be bone the color of the sky, and I make this the brightest thing instead? See, this is why I like drawing it on the computer. It's not gonna make me annoyed when I want to do changes like that. So turn that back on. Statics about what the sky would be like. I know I said I should not be doing any shadows, shade, because that will abstract from what I'm trying to do. quick shade just to define some features. And then we have the claws. I want to go for like that bright yellow. So already we can see that there's some with my layer underneath. So I'm not a big fan of this yellow, it looks a bit too much. I'm actually gonna go in and take that. And then I want to build it up to become darker. Yeah, actually I think work it the other way around. Really nice. Hopefully. That's edge highlights. I think this is what we're gonna go for. I'm actually quite happy with this. I think I'm gonna go very dark with like details of the body, very dark cracks, because as you can see it's kind of obscure. Gonna try and save it as PNG, and then I should be able to just bring it up on my computer as I draw, and I can reference it, and we should be good to go. Let's get started with our part. Starting out, I put all my colors on a wet palette, picked out all the colors that are close to the color scheme I'm going for, and as you can see I'm going for the base layer right here. Just trying to get as much coverage as I can, and it's very sloppy, and it's gonna get better the more I work on it, I promise. And here I move over to a new camera angle, since the other angle was not working in my favor. I could not see what I was doing, sadly. Doing this, I'm able to get more detailed in my coverage. Switching over to a darker color, I get all the shell colored into a dark red. that's about it. If you want me to make a full painting tutorial where I go into more details, let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye!